everyone. My name is Allison Bickle. I'm the head of product here, and today we're going to dive right into email marketing, and we are going to talk about what Email V2 is, why we decided to do it, what are some of these benefits that are quite tangible to all of your events. And then we're going to do a demo. So I'll show you like email marketing for a race on one side, Email V2 on the other side, and go through how I would move custom contact lists over, as well as how I would leverage my previously created sent emails and templates into Email V2. And then depending on how much time we have, we'll go through Q&A, FAQ. So why did we decide to invest in Email V2? Email marketing is one of the most powerful features for our customers, and we want our customers to be successful. We actually sent 600 million emails in the last 12 months for free, and you can see this is the month-by-month count that we're pulling. The biggest month, which coincides with our massive turkey trot month, was in November this year. And what we really wanted to do was make sure we had a long-term email marketing infrastructure in place, because this number is going to quickly grow to billions of emails that our platform is sending each year. And so Email V2 gives us that infrastructure and platform to support this really high volume of emails, because it is such an important piece for events to not just market their events, but also communicate with participants, volunteers, fundraisers. So when I joined RunSignup, I think it was like 6 years ago, I was an account manager. One of the most frequently asked questions I had, / complaints, / confusions, was what are these gray lines in the old email marketing builder? It was really confusing to people. It was really clunky to add content. If you wanted to add something like a button, you would have to go into the HTML code source and build that. It's not super intuitive for most people. And so with Email V2, we have this really, really nice email builder that makes it really, really simple to put together beautiful emails. So adding different components like buttons, moving pieces of content around, adding images. We have the new image gallery. That's really powerful. It's just all very smooth and simple. You can actually add buttons and link them to pages on your event website or to external pages. Really cool features like being able to add multiple columns and different components however you want. One of the other big reasons why we wanted to do Email V2 is that there's an increasing amount of traffic that's coming from mobile. It's always been there, but you can see from the Race Trends report how much that has grown. And this year, you've really seen us invest heavily in mobile first features. So we came out with Apple Pay, which about 20% of transactions are using to check out. We also released Apple Wallet, which lets you add your registration into Apple Wallet, pull up that QR code on race day. We added click to text social sharing, and Email V2 is really, really good at making sure we deliver emails that are mobile friendly. So every single feature that we add to Email V2 is being run through a platform called Litmus, which our UX team uses to test out how emails look in over 100 email clients on a lot of different types of devices. And that's really important because so much of the traffic is coming from mobile. People are getting their emails on their phones and going to your race website from there. So Email V2 is very mobile first, whereas old email marketing did not have that same capability and same rigorous testing process behind all these new features we added. One of the really great things with Email V2 is it's kind of set us up for success, and I just wanted to highlight templates real quick. So one of the new features we've added are pre-built emails, and this is pre-built content that we created for events. And there's different categories you can choose from, and it gives you a combination of images, layouts, and actual text 4 common event emails that we see being sent, because some races don't have the time to build an email from scratch. They want something to either start with, to kind of give them a starting place to write an email, or they just want to kind of quickly send something. We've worked with a number of different event photographers to get licenses for these really nice event images that we've used and also included on our image gallery. And we've also added some generic templates that just have different layout options for things like newsletters, as customers start to use us for different types of emails. We've also really enhanced the capabilities around email templates. And again, just to reiterate, templates are where you create layouts. They're not actual emails that you're going to send necessarily, but they contain a mix of images and text and different layouts, and you can share them across different races, across different ticket events. And this is actually a screenshot from our own email marketing that we use for TicketSignup. We send all of our newsletters and content through our own email marketing and RunSignup for our different brands. And this other screenshot here is just an image of future features that are coming to templates. Some of our more advanced users are really leveraging these templates. So being able to have different filters to sort them, being able to easily search them, and being able to not just see them in this big block view, but in a list view. That's all in the roadmap for 2024. So next generation email, just really powerful capabilities. Again, along those lines, it is giving us this really clean foundation to build these new features. So you've started to see pieces of image gallery come out. We have a lot of system recipient lists now, and we've kind of started releasing some next generation stuff around that. But we want to really invest in this concept of super lists, where you can create lists with really intense filters across all of your contacts on the platform. We're also going to increasingly introduce email triggers. So send an email, 1 hour after somebody completed the race, or send an email 5 minutes after a time slot begins or something in tickets. And then we'll continue to add reporting and analytics to email. So when you are transitioning from email marketing to email V2, if you have not already, a lot of stuff just automatically happens. There are system recipient lists that you have, and this screenshot shows the different categories, and then within each of these categories, depending what your race has used in the past, you'll have a bunch of automatic system generated lists that are active. So they're always going to get updated as new people register for your races. As you renew, those participants get moved to last year's participants and past participant lists. So all that is automatically happening for you. We're automatically bringing over unsubscribes, so you don't have to manually do anything there. Your theme colors, your logo, your header, image, banner, footer, all of that theming is automatically applied from your race dashboard settings. And then your send settings, like your race name and everything, is automatically applied to who the email is coming from. There's also some things that you may need to do manually when you enable V2, but for most of our customers, I actually don't think that there's anything that you need to do. It's just switching to a new email marketing platform. But I wanted to kind of outline the different potential things that you may have to do, and also give you an exact timeline of when you need to get them done. So the first is, if you have custom contact lists in email marketing, you will need to import those to email V2, and you can do that anytime. So even though we have a plan to shut down old email marketing on January 15th, your old custom contact lists in email marketing are still going to be visible, and you're still going to be able to export them. So there's no rush. If you aren't going to be touching your race until May next year, don't worry about it. Bring them over in May. Your templates that you created in email marketing, you're going to need to manually recreate those in email V2. Again, you're going to be able to access and view them at any time, so there's no rush. Email capture, if you had this enabled in email marketing, you're going to need to enable it into email v2, so it shows on your race website. In old email marketing, email capture was a custom list, so you're going to need to take that and import the contacts to your new automated email capture list. So when you enable it in email v2, it's automatically generating a list that's connected to email capture for you, and you can import additional contacts to that. Again, with that feature, you can do that anytime. Sent emails that you sent years ago that you like to just copy and paste content or click the resend again, you're going to be able to view that content and copy and paste into new emails anytime. Automated emails, you do need to enable them in email v2. And if you have custom templates, you are going to need to recreate those for automated emails. So if you have a custom registration follow-up email that you've manually done to promote your referral rewards, when you enable automated registration follow-up emails in email v2, you're going to need to recreate that specific email. But most of our customers have not created custom automated emails. You definitely can create them at any point in email v2, but that's kind of the only thing that you're going to have a hard cutoff on, because I don't think we're going to be able to make the templates from automated emails and email marketing available after January 15th. So I went through a lot there. Again, we're going to be putting out a lot of content around this, blogs. We're going to send you follow-up emails with this content afterwards. So you will be able to view this again, ask follow-up questions if you have any, or feel like I missed saying something there. But I am going to move on to a demo now. And we are going to start with how you are going to be able to bring over your, sorry, I'm in this, how we're going to bring over your email marketing custom lists into email v2. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the Scott Coffee Run again for the millionth time as a demo. But I've got my custom lists here in this email marketing, and then this is my other tab where I have email v2 open. I was testing this out earlier, so I brought over 2015 Turkey Trot. Let's bring over the Winter Symposium. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to export this Winter Symposium recipient list. And I'm going to come here, and to keep it like lined up, I'm going to say Winter Symposium list and click Create List. And then I'm going to click this button for adding a new contact. And I'm going to go into CSV Upload, and we're going to choose my file. This is going to come from my downloads. The really nice thing is when you export your custom list from email marketing, it does export as a CSV. My first row is a header. So that's just saying that it contains like the email, first name, last name, and continue. And this is my fields. They're automatically matched up for me. Continue. I have no contacts in this list, but that was kind of funny. The last one I did had 529. But what this will do is it will import those contacts into here, and I'll click Exit. And I have no contacts here. Let's just quickly actually have some contacts here so you can see that it does actually work when you've got real recipients. Okay, so we've got 530 this time. So you can import as many contacts as you want. The limit that we recommend for how you should batch this is 500, or not 500, I was looking at this number, is 100,000. So if you've got more than 100,000 contacts in a custom list, just batch it up. I think, it doesn't take that much time. I mean, we did this in like less than a minute. So now I have this list, and when I go look at my custom lists here, we can search for winter, and it will bring up my winter symposium list. And when I'm selecting my recipients, when I go to send an email, I'm going to be able to choose this winter symposium list. So that is how you bring over custom contacts. Really easy. Not that much work to do. The second piece of things that I wanted to go over is recreating your emails from email marketing into email V2. There's a couple of ways you might have your emails in email marketing. So one way is you might have email templates that you previously used. And so I was kind of looking at these beforehand, and this is not well done or anything. Like, this doesn't even have any content, so it's kind of silly to like even think about bringing this over as a template. But hypothetically, let's say you've put a lot of effort into your email templates and you want to bring them over into new email marketing. You're just going to be able to go into the templates, into your saved templates, and create a new template. When you're creating a new template, you'll see that you have these different options. And when you are bringing over something from email marketing into email V2, we recommend that you just start from scratch or start with a pre-built email. Don't use this HTML option, because you saw earlier in my slides, the mobile responsiveness from email marketing is not good. It's going to just be a really messy email if you take the HTML from this email and bring it over here. This is a great option if you've got like templates that you really like from something like a paid platform that you don't want to pay for anymore, like MailChimp or Constant Contact. Bring over the HTML that way. But for these, I would generally recommend starting from scratch. So that's one way. I don't think a ton of customers use email templates. So I think one of the more common use cases that we'll have from old email marketing are like sent emails that have content that you want to reuse. And so it's going to be the same process of bringing over content to an email that you want to send or a template that you want to send. But I think being able to show you how I would go about taking content from an old email and bringing that over is more interesting. So the one that I was thinking of, it's actually from 2019. We haven't used email marketing for Scott Coffee since 2021 when we came out with email V2. So it's quite an old email. And also Bob, who is the CEO, founder of our company, Bob Bickel, he's also my dad, so I can say this, he did a really bad job with these emails. And so we're going to make some updates to them, but we're also going to show how you can bring like big sections of it over really easily if it's actually content you want to reuse. So the first thing that I would do in this one is I would pick my recipients, and you can come back and do this later, but what I would do is like include current participants or exclude current participants, include past participants, and save it. You can give it a subject line. You'll be able to see the subject line that you had here previously, so if I really wanted to copy that over, I can do that. And then I am just going to go and create my email. We have different options you can start from, but I'm going to go with this basic template. So in this email, this is kind of similar, but I'm missing an image here. This is an old banner image. It's actually not the one that we're using anymore. I think we might have lost this sign actually. But if I want to show the banner image in the header, that's the new one that we have that we're using. And again, this is really nice. You can have a custom banner if you don't want to use the website one. You can hide it if you don't want to include it. But you know, you have flexible options there. And then this is automatically pulling in our race date for 2024. So I'm not bringing over that 2019 date here. This I'm actually going to just delete because I don't like that section. I'm going to add a plain text section. And again, you're kind of seeing how easy it is for me to navigate this on the fly, which is really nice. And some of this content, is just not relevant, I don't think, to how I want to send this year's email. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tweak it, and we'll just kind of go through this. So I'm going to have this go to registration and have this say sign up now and update that. So rather than having this hyperlink in the text here like I did in the old email marketing, I actually have this really nice clear call to action button that I can feature. And then we're going to bring over some of this text here, and I'm just going to delete this stuff here, and we're going to start it as a paragraph. So come experience this great South Jersey race. So I'm going to bring that over here. And I like this here. So it's really easy to just copy and paste text, so it doesn't take much time. But I do feel like the new email marketing gives you so much more flexibility with how you can design these emails. And so one of the things that is really cool now is you can actually like add columns really easily. And so this part of the email is talking about something that we still have as a special part of Scott Coffee Run. So to encourage more people to sign up, we give teams that get over 20 registrants a free pair of socks. And I actually uploaded this earlier, so I'm gonna steal my, I have the socks picture here. No, I haven't uploaded it yet. So I'm gonna choose my socks image here. And one of the nice things, this is going into my image gallery now, so I'm saving it as socks, and I'm going to be able to access this image anytime I want to. So now I'm featuring this pair of socks on this email. And now I'm going to add, this is an outdated date. It's clearly not great, so we'll just say, see you at the race. And I'm going to go ahead and center that. So one of the things that we have here are sponsors, and they're horribly laid out. It's really bad. But what I wanted to show you is that you have a couple of different options for how you can include sponsors today. We are also working on a new component so that you're actually going to be able to add a sponsor grid, and that should be out in the next few weeks. It's building on this image group functionality that we have today. In addition to those components, we do have a couple of placeholders. So these are going to list out your race sponsors, and this will show both the sponsors and any offers that they have set up in the sponsor setup. So you do have these placeholders. They're going to show as like the percentage sign when you're adding them here. And then when you send the email, it's going to populate in with all of your race sponsors that you have set up. Another alternative, if you're more into design, is to add an image group, and you can really have a lot of flexibility with how this displays. And I just wanted to show it to you because I think it's just a really clean way of being able to do this. You can add this to an email template so that it doesn't take too long. Actually, I'll show you what I did. I just grabbed a screenshot of my sponsors that I previously had set up. I'm looking at it from this old email. And then what I will do is just go into here and add that image. And I can hyperlink it to the sponsor's website if I want to. So this is a coffee site, so I can come in here and put that website there. So the image grid is really powerful, and we're just going to go through and I'm going to show you how I would add the rest of them. I already took these screenshots ahead of time. And again, the update to automatically pull this into the image grid is coming in the next several weeks. It's something that we are working on to make this available to all races. We know that sponsors are a really important part of everything, but this is something that is not too time consuming, gives you flexibility with how you want to lay things out, and it does display really nicely on mobile. So with that, I've kind of showed you how I would recreate this old email in Email V2, how I have these recipient lists selected. This is our content. This is a preview. One of the really nice things we added is a preview on both desktop and for mobile devices, so you can actually see what it would look like on a phone before you even do anything to send it. I can go back, I can make additional edits to my email. I can do any of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to review email and show you just a couple more things here. So one of the things that's a bit different from old email marketing is a new sophisticated way to handle your unsubscribes. You've got two buckets to put emails into, and people can subscribe and unsubscribe to either of these buckets. So this is a marketing email. This is not specific to anyone's registration or anything. If I were sending a pre-event email, I would click transactional. It's really nice because somebody who unsubscribes from your marketing content can still get pre-race information from transactional emails. So this really gives your event like a ton of flexibility with how you're managing your recipients. The other thing I wanted to point out here is that you can send a test email to yourself, and I am going to go ahead and just do that now. So it is on this review page, so it's just something to be aware of. And then I've got my phone pulled up here so that we can just look at what this test email looks like. This is a test email, so it's a marketing email, so I didn't use any placeholders here, which is kind of nice because I can just see exactly what it's going to look like. If I have an email with placeholders, I'm going to see the placeholders. They're not getting replaced with any data because I'm not attaching it to anyone's data. It doesn't make any sense. But this does let me see exactly what it's going to look like. And we've got our nice sponsor logo showing here. We put 4 in a row, but to display them and make them like a digestible size rather than really small on a phone, it's shrinking it to 2 so that I can clearly see what these sponsor logos are. And then that's our little footer there. So this is just a great looking email. It took a couple of minutes to put that together. And yeah, just really excited to see how much we have matured that product since then. Johanna, are you on here now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great.
We've had lots of questions.
So, yeah, do you want to go through the Q&A, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, start with the first couple of slides there, and then we may have some additional ones to add.
Okay.
I think through 20 apply to questions that we've already gotten in.
All right, so I kind of figured that there would be a lot of questions, and I thought through like what I thought would be the questions. So we'll go through the slides where I've got stuff and then go through any other questions that you have along the way. So what happens if I don't enable email V2 for my races before January 15th? January 15th is our tentative date for when we're going to shut down email V1. And by shut down, what I mean is that you're not going to be able to send emails or create new emails in email V1. And we're doing that because it's too expensive and too much time to maintain 2 separate email platforms. If there's a bug in email marketing, we have to fix it. And it just spreads our development team out too thin, and we can't be efficient with what we're actually wanting to build. So on that date, what we're going to do is we're automatically going to enable email V2 for you. And just to reiterate, like all these things, you don't have to rush. You don't have to do anything before January 15th because the email marketing tab isn't going away. You're still going to be able to view all this past data and move it over whenever you have the time. There's no time crunch. So don't worry about that. The only thing that you're actually going to have to do is create automated emails if you have something custom set up. That's the only thing I don't think you'll be able to access. We're going to try to make sure that we enable any automated emails that you have turned on in email V1 into email V2. So if you're using price increase, you're using incomplete reg, we'll turn that on that cutover date if you haven't already done it yourself. So what's the difference between draft emails and templates? Draft emails are incomplete or unscheduled emails that you don't want to send yet. So it's when I'm going through the email flow to send an email, there's a button that says I can save an email as a draft email. And it might include or might not include a subject line and recipients. And it's something that I only have available in one race. It's not something I can share out to other races. And you can see here, it's showing me the last time I went in and updated and saved that email. And it gives me actions to either edit or delete it. When I go to edit it, it puts me back into that send email flow. So I have my full set of options to either go back, add more content, edit the content, or I can go and send or schedule a send for it. Templates, on the other hand, are, think of them more as layouts, but they can be full emails that include text, placeholders, images, anything that you want to. You're just not going to include things like recipients or subject line or send schedule. And templates are what you can use to share an email layout that you like with other events that you own and that share a payment account. So speaking of that, we added a new functionality to email templates that lets you share with any upcoming or past races that you have. So when you go into your email templates page and you have existing email templates, you'll see a new option called Export Template. And this will give you a pop-up and you can select some, or you can easily here, there's an option to select all that will choose everything. And then you'll click Export and that email template will be available in all these different race dashboards. You can share race templates with any other race, and you can share ticket templates with any other ticket event. If you're creating a template from org email, you can share it with both races and with ticket events, but you will not have the event-specific placeholders available in org email. So unsubscribes, again, I mentioned this earlier, you don't have to do anything to move these. We are automatically going to move your unsubscribes from email marketing into email V2. If you are coming from a different platform and you need to bring unsubscribes over, you can copy and paste them into the unsubscribes page and add them that way. It's limited to 1,000. That's something Johanna mentioned to me yesterday. But if you have like 50,000 and you don't want to do that 50 times, you can also import your unsubscribes as a custom list and just be sure to exclude them on email sends. I use RunSignup email for event-specific communication, but pay for MailChimp or Constant Contact for marketing emails. I just wanted to say, if you are still paying for MailChimp and Constant Contact and you're being impacted by any price increases, I think now is a good time to move your stuff over to RunSignup. You can either create like a shell race or you can create an organization email marketing dashboard. You can learn more about that on our website when you go to email page under the product dropdown. I think the best testament to this is that we use our own email marketing to send out the RunSignup newsletter as well as the TicketSignup newsletter. And you'll see here we have 287,000 recipients for our newsletter list. And some of those are duplicates that get deduplicated, of course. We use a database called Salesforce. I don't know why I phrased it that way. Everyone knows Salesforce. We use Salesforce, and there's a bit of a manual process where we'll export new contacts every time we want to send a new newsletter email out and upload them to this contact list. It takes a couple of minutes, but compared to the very expensive platform we were previously paying for that was really difficult to create any emails in, it just makes a lot of sense, and it really helps us to use our own product for stuff that we do, believe in it. And then I mentioned this when we were doing the demo, but just to clarify this, one of the really, really big benefits of moving to email v2 are these two different pools of unsubscribes. The marketing and transactional, and if somebody unsubscribes from marketing, then they are still subscribed to transactional. When you're thinking about how you want to classify your emails, marketing is promotional, so you're not using placeholders, you're talking about sign up today. Transactional are like event communications that may include participant placeholders or like weather updates or something. Johanna, any other questions?
Yeah, you may want to refresh because I think we had several others that were added. The next two slides have come in since you started talking. So.
All right.
21.
All right. 21 here, clubs?
Yep, 21 and 22.
All right. So do clubs have email v2? So the exciting thing is next generation memberships are almost here. I just grabbed the screenshot today. You can see that the dashboard is really getting populated. We've got transactions are actually working on test. The sales tax is calculating correctly. Our development team is working on auto renewals for memberships. So like it's just automatically going to renew, and implementing some other really important features that are going to take this to the next level. But clubs are going to be able to migrate to our next generation membership in the next couple of weeks with our beta program, and then that process will continue into next year. And the really awesome thing about memberships is that they're generic and they're using this new email v2, and it just took a couple of days for our team to add. And really it was like it's more complicated than just copy and paste, but basically every email v2 feature like custom lists and templates and pre-built emails, like all that just works out of the box. And the only development we really have to do is adding the things that are specific to memberships, which are the different types of recipient lists, like membership purchasers and all members, as well as like placeholders. So this is just a really powerful testament to how efficient we've become with development. This is kind of the same thing that you're going to see over the next year as we roll out the websites v2 to races. And then do partners have email v2? That is something that is our priority in 2024. So we're hoping to get that out in the first half. The big thing that we need to work on is more efficient recipient lists for partners. We've started talking about super lists, which will let you create lists with many filters across all of your entities on the RunSignup platform and TicketSignup platform. But being able to recreate partner lists, and some of our partners have hundreds of thousands of contacts across hundreds of different races, is a big step towards that super list efficiency. So that's what we're going to be working on, and we will bring email v2 to partners soon. If you need to share your email templates with Events Now, we recommend either creating those in races or in org email and using that new export functionality to share those templates out. But definitely bringing email v2 into partner dashboards is the highest priority for 2024.
All right. Yeah, I have a couple of miscellaneous ones that are not applied there that I think are worth noting because several people asked. I think just to clarify, because this came up with a couple of people, will you still be able to see your email history either in V1 or in V2 after the shutoff date?
Yeah, so just to go through this again so you can visually see it, like when we shut off email marketing, it just means you're not going to have this send emails tab, but you're going to be able to view all of your sent emails. And like this goes back through like 2017, not 2017, 2015. You're going to be able to view those forever. So you don't have to worry about losing that or losing your contact lists. It's always going to be available.
And if you're building an email in an outside source like MailChimp, can you still copy and paste the HTML like you could in V1?
Yes. So just when you are going to go and send an email, when you create an email, you are just going to click use your HTML, and that is going to let you bring over your source code. So if you like something that you've built in an external platform and you're confident in its mobile responsiveness and all those things, go ahead and do that like that. And you can also do the same thing for creating new email templates.
And one more that I think is good to clarify, if you're using a template like a pre-built email, can you swap out your own images for, the ones that we have automatically included?
Yeah, so we've actually made that even easier to do. But if I want to use like this pre-built email template and I don't like this image, I'm actually going to be able to choose from images that I've uploaded previously, or this is really nice. If I don't like the one that was chosen for this template, I can actually scroll through this gallery and we continue to add new photos to this. Again, these are the ones that we've licensed, and I can update with a different image. So it's very, very cool and very easy to swap in, swap out different images based on what you want to use. And you don't have to view pre-built as something that's set in stone in any way. In addition to like changing what the images look like, I can add additional content. I can add additional pieces of, information, different components, whatever you want to do. It's just a starting point.
Cool. I think that is most of it. If there is, some questions that were really specific or that we didn't get to, we will be going through all of these after this, and we'll have someone follow up with you for anything that didn't get answered, but I think that covers the bulk of the questions.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining today. I know email marketing is so important based on the over 600 million emails we've sent this year. So we're really glad to be bringing you something that's new, next generation, really fresh. And hopefully this webinar cleared up any lingering questions about what is happening with the transition to email v2. It's not a big deal. You can access your email marketing information and content at any time. We'll just be streamlining future email sending to email v2 in the new year. So thanks again, and we will follow up with an email that we're going to send to you from email v2 with links to this webinar as well as additional content to answer additional questions. Thanks.
I think it works better when we're standing on the other side because, oh, hey, you just finished watching a video. Thank you for watching. Glad you were here. And if you want to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell on all, click on the thumbs up button if you enjoyed what you saw, and we'll see you next time. I feel like you're kind of in my way here. Like, well, do I lean on it? It feels awkward. We should switch. Let's switch.